Good morning. Super happy. A friend of mine needed help. She needed someone to drive her from the town we're in to the next town over. I live in country Australia. And that was about hour and a half round trip. So I decided while we're in that next town, which has a Kmart, I'd go have a look. And I just knocked a whole bunch of things over. I found the Chronicles Skeletor and the Chronicles Trapjaw. I'm a happy camper. I really wanted these. So today we're going to have a look at the Chronicles Skeletor. Yay! But first things first, let's have a look at his box. So I noticed there's slight differences on, say, the American boxes. It says modern articulation or something there, not just the picture. But there's that split picture. There's some poses on the back. What's going on? What's the camera doing? Hang on. Is that good? No, it's trying to zoom in on something. But not this. What they're trying to zoom in on. Oh well. Let me pause. Alright, hopefully I've fixed the focusing problem. So there's the back. I've clearly not fixed the focusing problem. There's the bottom. Not really anything interesting. Top just says Masters of the Universe Chronicles. So let's crack him out. Now I'm going to point something out about the picture on the back. So we'll just put that there for a second. And I will get Skeletor out of his prison. And we have a Havoc staff. And a fist. And an open hand. And here we have him. And I already love this. So a lot of people, have very, what's the word I'm looking for? Very divided opinions on whether Jared Leto is a good actor or not. I don't know. I don't really care. I will say, I really enjoyed him as Skeletor. I think he was a fantastic Skeletor. And that's all I have to say about Jared Leto. But one thing I want to point out here is you can see that Skeletor has the two holding hands for his staff. And then he has one fist, which is not anywhere on the back. And he has one sort of graspy, evil hand. And if you look here, he's got two. There are not two in the pack. You cannot have two graspy hands. So that's just an important thing to note. Hey, guess what I just remembered? Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you like looking at toys, especially the Masters of the Universe and Transformers. What else do we have? And Marvel stuff. And occasionally DC stuff. And video games. So anyway, this is the Chronicles version of Skeletor. So he's got all that advanced articulation that the Kids Core version doesn't have. You can see them there together. And honestly, it's what I'm saying about these Kids Core ones. That's $10 or $12. This is around $30. So if you really like the characters but don't want to be spending a ton of money, they're really good. The Kids Core stuff. So I just need to reiterate just how very good they are. But they don't have all the articulation. They have single joint elbows, whereas the Chronicles has the double joint. They don't have ab crunches, and their swivel is just a swivel, not a ball peg like you can see on him. They have a single ball at the top, but you can get a bit of a giggity joint out of the Chronicles Skeletor. The Chronicles Skeletor has double, very, very tight double knees. I'm not going to push that any further. It feels like I'm going to break it if I do. How about this one? Can that do it? Yeah, there we go. Double knees, double elbows, ankle joints. And this is super well done. Oops, knock the camera again. So one thing I don't like here is you can see that blue joint sticking out there, which is a bit garish. And some people have complained about the fact that this hood is a separate piece. So when you turn him, it looks a bit odd in some places. But that's fine, I don't care. And then the hood gets caught on the other bits. And he's got... Oh. What's that cracking noise? Just because it's been stuck in the packaging for so long. Yeah. All of that articulation. There he is in a wonderful T-pose. And his jaw opens. And you can see they've painted the top of the ball joint black. So it looks better than just having the big blue bit down the bottom, which you can see in most of it anyway. So really nice red dots in those eyes there. The paint for the head is crazy good. I like all of this extra sculpting they've got on him with this kind of sinewy, muscly texture. Alright, I'm not going to change his hands. You guys know how to change hands. But there's that graspy one and a punchy one. And then here we have... I'm going to keep hitting the camera. The Chaos Staff. And I think those are little green... No, red. I think they're red. It's hard to get the light to hit them right. But they're very, very dark. And very cool sculpting on this thing. So we'll stick it in his hand. And we'll show some comparisons. Now, all of the hands on the Chronicles figures are very, very tight. So, sliding it from the top is probably going to be your best bet for this skeleton. And then you pop his hand off, which I saw other reviewers do, so that's interesting. Just got to be careful with that hand by the looks of it. It's not wonderfully in there. I don't really like that, but I saw another reviewer do the exact same thing. So yeah, be wary about that hand. It sits in there fine, but it comes out very easy. You might actually want to glue that bit in, because that's not the peg that the extra hands go on. Okie dokie, and we will stand him up. Get his staff all the way down on the ground. Helps give him some stability. And here he is compared to his Kids Core class version, which we already showed. And here's what he looks like next to one of the Origins new movie figures with Spike-Core. That's not a bad size difference. They could work well together. And here he is with all of the other Chronicles figs we've got so far, so they obviously look fantastic together. All very cool. And then finally, I'm going to show every Skeletor I have in my collection currently. So obviously we've got Chronicles and Kids Core right there. Then we have the Transformers crossover in Megatron armor. We have the 2000X Origins. We have the 80th anniversary re-release of the original sculpt. And we'll have to move all these aside because I've got my two Masterverse Skeletors. Whoops. In which we have Skeletech, or Skeltech, I think it's just Skeltech. And that's a lot taller. But wait for it. Skelegod. And that's expected to be much taller. Alright, I think that's it for this review. Really happy to have him. Gonna have to glue that wrist in though. I'm not sure I can glue that wrist in because it needs to swivel. Oh no. Anyway, I'll work it out. Blue tack. Blue tack will do. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Hope you're all having a good week. Well, it's hump day today. Getting halfway through it. So tomorrow, we'll have a look at Trapjaw. And then I think we might finally get to those Magic the Gathering Marvel Legends crossover figures I've got. Already said it twice, saying it once more. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Makes a huge difference to me. This whole channel is a mental health journey for me. Gets me up and doing things, and something I enjoy, talking to people about video games and toys and pop culture. Okie dokie. I will see you all later. Bye.